Hi everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Now, F1 2020 was such a good year. I'm still getting a kick from having all those new and different races that we had at these different tracks that we haven't raced at for a long time or never raced at before. So, this series I am calling the Alternative F1 Races. Basically, of every race weekend I'll be jumping in to Assetto Corsa in VR and taking part in a Grand Prix weekend, but the tracks that I'll be using, none of them be on the current F1 calendar. So there'll be tracks that are either in the same country or close enough to where the original race was, just to change it up and let's see what F1 would be like in completely different places, some places you wouldn't even think of. With that said, let's get into the race. Everyone, and welcome back to another alternative F1 race. This time it is the Alternative American Grand Prix, and we're at Long Beach. Now, the reason I'm doing this in voiceover is because the audio, for whatever reason, when I recorded it, didn't work, but only for practice. So, frankly, I'll cut to qualifying very shortly. But as you can see, we're driving as Max Vestappen, who was driver of the day, and driving around Long Beach. As I said, it's actually a really good track. I have a really good race, some close battles, and I made a few mistakes as well. But it's genuinely a really good track. I would actually genuinely love to see it back on the calendar. And I picked Long Beach over places like Watkins Glen or Laguna Seca because, well, I haven't had many street tracks on this calendar. So that's why I picked Long Beach. So I'll cut to qualifying now so you can actually hear Matt from the past.
Here we go. So coming into qualifying, I'm just giving there are cars behind. I'm just trying to give myself a bit of space, but then someone's gonna ram me. So this lap won't be particularly good because someone tried to dive up the inside. I was giving myself space to the Williams in front. But here we go. Flat out down here. There was a lamppost there. You break at the lamppost. Ooh, brakes feel suddenly better. I think I'm on a softer compound than on practice. Down the first gear for the roundabout. Should just make it. Down the gear and flick it in. I've got quite a loose off-throttle diff. DRS down here. Nice, tuck it in. Cut as much of that curve as possible. Go down the back straight here. Brake for the long corner. You can be a little bit later on it because it's such a long corner. This one is also a very long corner. I still don't know how to do that corner properly. And then the final hairpin. You know, we got enough ERS. Let's go again. That the Williams or the Alpine, or whatever it is in front, might get in the way, but I think it's a Williams, but let's try. There we go. So actually, by the closest of margins, it was like 0.09. I am on pole with Lewis Hamilton, who's over there. Second place, Carlos Sainz directly behind me, alongside former teammate Lando Norris. I wonder if they're going to dive bomb each other into turn one. Probably will. Valtteri Bottas is 5th ahead of Sergio Perez, Ricciardo, Leclerc, Tsunoda and Gasly getting into the top 10 as they did. IRL, there we go. Stroll, Alonso, Ocon, Raikkonen, Vettel all the way down to 15th. Schumacher out-qualifying Russell, which she didn't realise, but Russell had a penalty. Latifi, Mazepin, Giovinazzi. Okie dokie. So, 24 laps of Long Beach. Boogity, boogity, boogity. Let's go racing. Is the NASCAR starting phrase. I've got a good start from Hamilton. Sainz is trying to cover off Hamilton. I've got to brake, make sure I brake late, but don't leave the inside open. Blimey, Sainz really sent it. I thought he'd send it up Lando, not me though. So okay, so Sainz gets past. I was a bit too cautious into the first corner. The car is very agile and set up for quali, but I should be able to hold it off. Oh. Apologies for poor frame rate as well if that is a problem. I think it looks worse in the headset. Right, I've got to turn the ERS down a little bit just so I don't run out. Settle in, I've got to try and find my way back past Sainz. DRS, come on. Oh, there's someone. I don't know who that is. There's someone just pressing up against the wall. Thankfully, everyone's avoiding them. I hope, anyway. I'm right under Sainz's wing. We've got the hairpin. That was okay, I got the slipstream. The DRS effect is neutralised, there's no car on track. Can't get him down the straight. I did set this car up more for the corners though, so let's see if I can get past. This is the really bumpy bit. Brake later and then into that one. I'm just going to stick behind him. No, I was going to try and stick right behind him and just slipstream him, but I'm still not able to do that. That's all right. But I am a lot closer this round than I was last lap. Bit of wheel spin. Put the ERS up a bit. Let's see if I can follow him. I'm not really gaining. Oh god, he braked earlier than I did. I had to avoid it. This is a great race between myself and Sainz. We didn't quite get this between Hamilton and Vestappen in the real US GP. Wow, I hit something. Hit the wall. Okay, so a lot of that hard work I got to do again. Oh, it took me a couple of laps and I'm right back with him now. Oh, and I'm much closer to him coming down the straights now. I'm really getting the effect of the slipstream. I'm going to go the outside. Oh, almost outbraked myself. There you go. Before I could play with the ERS, I just had to make sure he was behind. Here's lap 12 of 24. We are halfway, and I have found my first back marker, which of course is Mazepin. I've caught him in a bad-ish place. Let's see if I can dispatch of him quite quickly. Yeah, he actually got out of the way, which is surprising for him. Oh no, I hit the wall. Don't you dare try and unlap yourself. Thankfully, I've briefly saw in the mirrors that I think Sainz is having a big battle with Hamilton, so I can use this time. ERS is at 100%. I'm going to use this time to try and pull away and use Mazepin as a buffer. Ah. People have crashed. People have crashed at the final corner. There we go. Lots of drivers are out. I hope it gets cleared. That was probably Sainz and Hamilton battling, and Mazepin getting in the way, so drivers have crashed into each other going around the final corner. No, it's just... Oh, it's Mick actually, but... I hope more drivers don't go, so... Wow, Sainz, Norris, Tsunoda, Ricciardo, Leclerc, Raikkonen, Vettel, Schumacher, Latifi. Lots of them out in that big pile-up caused by Sainz and Hamilton fighting, but I think mainly because they were trying to pass Mazepin as well. Oh, Sainz is out. Sainz is out. So yeah. So Mazepin. Yeah, Mazepin took out Sainz. So if Latifi is out, this means this is Russell. Oh, George! 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 Not good. Right, attempting to lap George Russell. Part 2! Excuse me, George, you are being lapped. I know it'll be different next year. Next year you probably will be having this battle with Verstappen, but at the moment, as it stands, out the way. I'll make sure I blocked it there. So we are coming on to the last lap of the alternative US Grand Prix at Long Beach. I've loved this track. It's great nostalgia because I think the last time we had a race here was like in the 80s. But it's definitely not tougher than some of the current street circuits that we've got. The closest in difficulty, I think, would be Jeddah, which is coming up in a couple of weeks, so you can watch my video on it. I'll throw it up in the title card, so you can watch that. But that's what the closest this feels like. It feels like Saudi Arabia, like by difficulty. It's a very different feel, but the level of difficulty feels about that. So I'd love to see Formula One here. There's so many American tracks. I mean, Laguna Seca or Willow Springs maybe, or I've forgotten the one in New York State that everyone wants. But that is Long Beach. That'd be an incredible race. So overall, it was Red Bull 1-2 with Vestappen first, Sergio Perez second, 24 seconds behind though. Bottas, Gasly, Alonso, Ocon and Stroll were the only ones to finish. Hamilton DNF'd, so did Russell, and then there was the big crash caused by Mazepin on lap 11, which took out Sainz, Norris, Tsunoda, Leclerc, Raikkonen, Vettel, Schumacher. Mazepin was out because he was a lap down. Giovinazzi was the one that we saw stuck on the grid. So yeah, see you in a couple of weeks for Mexico. Bye bye.